You guys clicked on this video for a reason, and I'm going to give you guys that look that y'all have been wanting to learn how to do. All that is within this video. So continue watching this video, and at the very end I will make sure that you guys are set so y'all can purchase my product list and look at all the product details below. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am finally giving you guys a fully in-depth video of how to achieve a full glam. I will be listing all of the products that I'm using down below, the links of how to get them, and I will also give a link to my $5 product list that you can go and purchase. That list will have more products that I recommend, because all of the products I use for myself, of course not everybody watching this video will be able to always use, because I have oily skin, so I'm going to be using different types of products, so it may not work for you, but I do have them on my product list of, you know, cater to your skin type. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and you like this video as well, so that way you can see more videos like this. So guys, to begin, talk about what a really good base is. So you always want to, of course, cleanse your face. You're going to moisturize, tone, serum, your regular skincare routine. If you are going out later in the day and you're like, oh, I don't want to like wash my face, I don't have time to, just use a good cleansing water, which is micellar water. Micellar water is very, very good to use to cleanse the skin, because it will get deep into your pores as if you have washed your face. So I definitely recommend using micellar water. Do not use micellar water wipes. I don't care what anybody says, wipes are not the same as the actual liquid. Now I want to go into actually doing the application. I have very oily skin, so I'm going to go in with a matte primer. The matte primer I'm going to be using is going to be Fit Me, and this is going to be the true matte one. So when you're applying your primer, you want to start off with a little bit. You want to make sure you focus your primer in the T-zone area, always underneath the eyes, to avoid any creasing. You want to allow your primer to dry, and also any other steps of your base. So allow your moisturizer to seep into the skin, your toner, your serum, all of that good stuff. You always want to let your products dry. That is a good way to layer your makeup. So as my primer is drying, I'm going to go in and prep my brows. This is going to be the e.l.f. Brow Lift. It is a brow gel. Looks like this. You can get this at Ulta, Target, anywhere that sells e.l.f. I don't even know if Walmart sells e.l.f., but it's 2024, they might, some of them. So whenever I do my brows, I like to brush them in an upward motion and lay them down like this. I like more of a fluffy brow look and laminated brow look. And you also want to trace around your brows as well. Okay, and that's going to be my brow prep. And you're going to leave your brows alone, and you're going to allow them to sit and dry through the whole makeup routine. Okay, so now that your primer has dried, if you're using a matte primer, it's going to feel very matte and dry. If you're using a hydrating grip primer, it's going to be very, very sticky. Once it has that stickiness to it, that's how you know your makeup is ready to be applied. So I'm going to go in with my Giorgio Armani foundation and my Charlotte Tillsbury foundation. This is going to be the shade 13 in Giorgio Armani 16 Deep. So the 16 Deep is going to be my darker shade. I'm actually darker around my perimeter area. I don't really know if you can tell on this camera, but when I apply, you'll be able to tell. So this is going to be my darker foundation. I'm going to apply this around the perimeter of my face, like this. Also up here. And my hair is in the way. Okay. And next I'm going to apply my lighter foundation in my T-zone area. I like to blend out with a foundation brush. This is from LYS. And I like to start blending down into my neck first. And in my T-zone area, I like to work my way up my face. I really love like skin-like makeup. So whenever I try to do my color mapping, I try to make it to where it blends perfectly. Because if I were to do just Giorgio Armani by itself, I will look very, very light. Once I go in and apply my concealer and my my powder on top. See how it looks literally like my skin? I love a skin-like finish. I'm going to go in and add a little bit more foundation right here because as you can see, I don't know where this breakout is coming from. But let me tell you something. I need my skin to go back the way it was 3 weeks ago. So this is going to be my foundation application. You don't want your foundation to be separating. If it's separating, that means you are using oil on your skin or something that contains oil. I use 3 concealers. I'm gonna do these 3 colors. So first I'm gonna go in with Fenty, which is 440. This is gonna be my darker shade, and I'm gonna go in the inner corners, which is gonna be my concealing shade. Down the bridge of my nose, forehead. And as I'm letting it dry, I'm going to go in and add my second concealer. This one is going to be Lancome, and this is going to be a bit lighter. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to blend out my concealer. So you want to start with your chin always, and also use your foundation tool that you use to apply your foundation, whether it's a beauty blender or not, because it will help with matching your neck and also having a smooth look as well. And it will also tone down the concealer, because you never want your face to be lighter than your neck. Make sure you go on your forehead. Now, for blending out the under eye concealer, we're still going to avoid the concealing shade because we want that to kind of dry down a little bit more, because that is what's going to keep our under eye from creasing. So, you want to start by taking your foundation tool and you want to blend out the edges of the concealer. Just like this, in an upward motion. You always want to go upwards in the direction that you applied it, because that is going to help lift your face. Okay, just like that, butter. You want your makeup to be flawless, y'all. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my bronzer. I really like bronzing. I feel like it's softer on me. I feel like contour can be very, very structured on me. I use Charlotte Tillsbury cream bronzer, which looks like this. And, oh, shit. Looks just like this. It's like a dark chocolate brown. This is going to be in the shade Deep Fonts. When you apply your bronzer, you always want to apply it on top of the cheekbone, not underneath it. So what I mean is, when you make a fish face like this, on top, not right here. That will give you a more structured look. I like a more lifted, youthful look on me. And once again, just like that. Also, when you're working it into your forehead, you want to brush it backwards, like so. Brushing it backwards blends it better into the hairline and doesn't make it so patchy looking when you do this. Also, you want to take your bronzer and apply it underneath your jawline. Applying underneath your jawline will allow your jawline to appear smaller and also highlight it a little bit. Now for nose contour, I like to take a small angle brush like this, go into my product, get the whole entire brush covered, and I like to use my eyebrows as a guide. So I'm going to follow my brows from the beginning of my brows like this and go all the way down. You always want to contour your nose on top. You never want to contour around it. That will only make your nose appear fatter. And the point of contour is to make things appear smaller. Now we can go in and blend out our bronzer. When I'm blending out my bronzer, I like to work in an upward motion like this. That is going to help lift the face even more. And then to clean up this harsh line, you're just going to go in with your foundation brush and literally blend over that line. And the same thing with down here on your jawline. So now we're going to go in and we're going to clean up the harsh lines around our bronzer. And I'm going to be using the NYX Beauty concealer brush. And this is what the brush looks like. It's a very structured concealer brush. So when you're doing the concealer blending, you want to do a tapping motion in place. You don't want to drag your brush. All that's going to do is crease your under eye. You want to press the product into your skin for longevity. Also, this brush will give you structure as well, if you can see the difference. See the structure and how well it just blends perfectly. And then when you're blending the side of your nose, you want to just blend out that line. And I'm sure as you guys are doing this and blending this out and using my tips, I'm sure you can tell the concealer sticks a lot better. Because let me tell you something, when I learned that drying down the concealer a little bit helps, oh my gosh, y'all, life-changing for real. Now I'm going to go with my other concealer brush, and I'm just going to blend out the nose a little bit more. Just like this. And don't worry about the way it looks, because we're going to go back in with concealer. But you just want to blend over the nose and kind of tone down that harsh line. And this is a Real Technique small setting brush. You can get this literally anywhere. Amazon, Target, Sephora, I want to say, Ulta, Walmart. This brush is amazing. So I'm going to be using the All Hours YSL concealer. I'm going to apply this concealer on the inner corners. Sorry, I saw a little bug. On the inner corners and on the outer. And with my Danessa Myricks brush, and I'm going to blend that out. To go in with my blush, this is going to be from Rare Beauty, and this is going to be in the shade Happy. So whenever I do my blush, I like to apply it on the line where the concealer and the contour meet. I like more of a lifted look. Now you don't have to apply your blush this high. I like it because it gives me like a snatched doll look. And when you blend out your blush, you're just going to go in a circular motion. I like my cheeks to be a little bit more pink, so I'm going to go in with Juvia's Place Peach Rose and apply it on top. And then once again, you want to apply it in a circular motion. But I'm going to go back in with my concealer brush, and I'm going to blend right over that blush. Just a tad bit to get rid of the harsh lines. Okay, so now we're into the setting and the baking. So for setting, I like to go in with Huda Beauty Cinnamon Bun, and I'm going to use her baking powder, which is Huda Beauty Kunafa powder. So for setting, you want to take off any excess powder from your powder puff. Hold with 2 fingers like so. And you're going to press in your under eye, just like this. And this is going to lock in that powder underneath your under eye. Also, if your makeup happens to crease, before you apply your powder, go back in with your concealer brush and just fix those crease lines by pressing the concealer back in. And this is how you want your under eye to look. One side is matte, one side is still wet. Now, a lot of the time people will ask me, well, can I use a pressed powder for my under eye? You can use a pressed powder. But I would suggest doing that after you have like set and bake and you wipe the powder away. Go back in with an Easy Bake pressed powder and kind of use the same color to press, like even give you more longevity basically. I don't like to do it on wet because I feel like you have to use so much product just for it to be matte. But a loose setting powder, you don't have to do too much. Now before I do my baking, I like to go in and set my bronzer. I have found that when you do your setting, then your bronzer, then you go back in and then you do the blush over the baking powder has made a tremendous difference with my application. So I'm going to go in with my YSL All Hours bronzer. This is going to be the shade 5. So I'm going to literally just set my bronzer into place where I applied it. Just like so. I like to do 2 layers of this product. And it's a really good product too. Really, really good product. Now I'm going to go into my baking. You want to leave all of the baking powder that is on your powder puff. So baking is going to help with structuring our nose. It's going to help with longevity of our makeup. And you don't want to just slap it on your face. So I like to go up against where I contour my nose and just drag it down very slow to help structure my nose better and highlight it. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to go right underneath my eyes where we applied the concealer. Just like this. And then on the other side, go down my nose on the side and go right underneath my eyes. Then I'm going to take it to the side, and whatever powder I have left, I'm going to just go down my nose. Then I'm going to bake underneath my bronzer. This is going to give us a very snatched look for our full glam. The baking powder, you always look crazy, but when I tell you, it's really the most satisfying part about doing your makeup, because it's just like you know that you're like eating on this part, if that makes sense. And then you can bake a little bit on your forehead. I would say bake on your forehead for my oily skin girlies, because let me tell you something. We got about 3 hours till our makeup start looking a little oily now. Okay, so now we have done our baking, and I'm going to go in with my Volume 5 palette from Juvia's Place. And I'm also going to go with my Giorgio Armani powder blush as well. Such a beautiful pink shade, y'all. It looks just like this. But this has a little bit of some shimmer in it. Powder, which is this palette, and then go over with a little shimmer a little bit. So I don't really wear highlight, but I like how it has a hint of shimmer in the blush. Okay, so I'm going to take this blush brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'm going to go in with this lighter pink and get a hint of the hot pink. When you're doing your blush, you literally are going to wipe. Just like this. You don't want to do this. It's going to make it structured. You want to wipe. You're literally going to wipe off some of the powder, not all of the powder. And the same for the other side. Now I'm going to go in with this powder, and I'm going to get a little bit. And this I'm just going to kind of like swipe over kind of quick. You don't want a whole lot. You can't really see it, but you know, it just gives it that extra little pump in your videos. So as my face is baking, this is when I go in and I do my brows, and I also do my mascara, my eyeshadow, things like that. Now that our brows are dry from doing like the brow gel, I like to go in and apply concealer, just a line of concealer right underneath my brows. A clean blending brush, and I'm going to literally buff out that concealer. You do not need to drag your concealer all the way down on your eyelid, because this is not what kind of glam this is. This is going to be a full glam. We are not doing any heavy eyeshadows. We are not doing any bright colors. So I'm going to show you guys my method of how I do my eyeshadow. What to do is go in with my Fenty bronzer, which is in the shade Thick Mint, and I like to use this as my eyeshadow and to set my concealer as well. So I like to go in and literally just apply this on my eyelid all over. Avoid your arch. You want to keep your brow highlighted. So you just want to apply this product right underneath the arch. You also want to go right here where the contour starts. That will also help highlight your nose more too. I just love this bronzer, y'all. It has like that perfect pigment. It's really like that perfect brown to use. And you also want to get a small eyeshadow brush. This is the Morphe M41 brush. This is going to be for underneath my eyes. I like to apply this to get my under eyes like that pretty airbrush smoked out look, but it's not a smoky look at the same time. But it really complements my eyes. Browns are always that go-to eyeshadow color. Now that I have applied my brown underneath, I'm going to go with my mascara. This mascara is the bomb, y'all. This is from YSL in their black shade. They also have, I think, blue and brown as well. But this is the black. When I tell y'all this mascara don't move, y'all, and I wouldn't lie to y'all. It don't move. It don't smudge. It dry quick. This is like, Alright, so I'm going to go in with my signature lip combo, okay? This is going to be my go-to lip combo, an undefeated lip combo, a lip combo you're never going to switch up from. It just compliments everybody. I'm going to be going in with the thelipbar Straight Facts liner, the thelipbar Ringleader gloss, and YSL's 44 lipstick color. It's like a light pink. Whenever I'm lining my lips, I like to follow my lip line. I follow the line that the concealer made for me. Y'all see that? It's already given. Then I'm going to go in with YSL lipstick. And I'm going to apply it on my bottom lip. This is also a good method. Don't go like this. Go like this. That helps blend it better. Then you're going to go on top. Now I'm going to take my favorite gloss, my Ringleader gloss, and I'm going to apply that. I always do it on the bottom first because I like to build up my lips with the product, because I never like to apply too much, because in the past when I would do it on the top first, it would get all up in the lip line and I hated that look. So I like to just apply it on my bottom lip first, go like this, and then apply it to my top. Now I'm going to do my brows with my brow pencil from NYX. I like more of a fluffy brow. If you like more of a structured brow, you can do the same thing but with the pomade. So I like to go in and literally fill in the gaps, because my brows are already kind of thick, so I don't have to like do a whole lot. But in the front though, I definitely like to have like a line. I don't know if y'all can really see that, like a, not a harsh line, but you know, a little bit of a line like that, and then just fill in the gaps. And then after I have filled in my brows, I like to go in with the end of the brow pencil with the spoolie and go back over my brows and just flatten them out again and blend the product, because sometimes the brush will like lift the brow hairs and you want to keep them laying nice. So, ooh, y'all, the face is eating. Okay, so now it's going to be time to take away the powder that we have underneath the contour, bronzer, and on our forehead. I like to do my under eye last because that is the most crucial part. Like, we want that part to always get the most baking it can get. So I like to go in with my MAC. I'm so sorry, y'all, this is so ghetto, but my thing broke, but it's the NW50, but it does have another side like a mirror, but it broke. I like to go in with my foundation finishing powder, and I like to go in a circular motion and get rid of the powder that way. This will help keeping your face all one color and just giving you that that pop. And this will also keep your makeup lasting more as well. This is a great hack that a lot of people I think forget, and they use like their finishing powder. No, foundation powder, y'all. When I tell y'all, it's a game changer. Maybelline has a really good one. I used that like when I was first starting makeup. That's a really good one too. Then to finish it off for my under eye, I like to go in with the Morphe 451 brush. It's a small fluffy brush. This brush has saved my life, okay? I like to go in with my setting powder, the darker powder, and get rid of the excess baking powder. I do this because it helps get away the baking powder. A lot of the times it'll leave like a little harsh line where you can see where you apply the baking powder, and we don't want that. That's not cute. So you want to take your setting powder and literally wipe it away. I like this, back and forth. And the last step is I like to apply more blush. So I love blush, so y'all gonna see me using it a lot. I like to go back in and reinforce that blush, honey. Period. The makeup looks so good. So setting your makeup with a good setting spray and finishing spray. 2 of them, yes. So I like to use Juvia's Place Ready, Set, and Seal for my first one. Then this is going to be a finishing spray. a setting mist, a 24-hour, 16-hour, whatever you want to call it wear. This is a bomb. I have oily skin. One time I was going to an event and I want to take another shower, so I got in the shower. The makeup ain't move. This is going to keep your face matte all day. This one is going to be longevity. Matte longevity. When you're doing your setting mist, you want to spray that whole entire face and make it completely saturated. Okay? Spray, spray. Make sure you hit every area. Then you're going to take your other finishing spray. You're going to spray this one as well. I like to get me a handheld fan like this and dry my whole entire face. This is what's gonna keep y'all makeup set all day. Your face needs to look like this. Just like this. Your makeup not gonna run, nothing. Your makeup likes this. So this is gonna be the final look. It looks so good, y'all. Blended, full glam, full coverage. Everything about this glam gives, you know, just like what you could kind of do, not every day maybe, but like if you're starting off, like this is good for event makeup. Like it's just enough. It's nothing over the top. It's perfect for like an event. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and please hit that subscribe button below, and also view the description box below too. I will have all of my product details in it and how to purchase my $4.99 product list as well, so you guys can go shop around and get these products as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye.